welcome back to my channel. Want to learn how to create the perfect webinar for your business that you can scale into $1 million webinar? If you've ever searched how to create the perfect webinar script template, you've probably stumbled upon Russell Brunson's perfect webinar. This perfect webinar outline includes webinar secrets on how to create the perfect webinar from start to finish so you can convert your audience successfully. If you want to learn if Russell Brunson's perfect webinar template is really worth it, stay tuned until the end of this video to learn what makes Russell Brunson's perfect webinar a success and to get my webinar sales funnel template that'll help you boost your webinar sign-up rate, increase the number of people who show up live, and skyrocket your sales. Also, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. With that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. When creating a webinar for your business, the aim is to eradicate any doubts your audience might have, address their burning questions, show them that what you teach is in fact achievable, and show them that you're the best person to take them on this journey. This here is Russell Brunson's perfect webinar template. Let's break it down step by step to understand what makes this perfect webinar script worth following. In your webinar introduction, you will tell your audience the bold promise you will deliver on during this webinar. This is your webinar title that'll address your ideal customers' fears and hesitations, as well as their desires and dreams. For instance, in my webinar on how to increase your blog's traffic by 350% in less than 6 months with mostly free tools, I'm addressing my ideal audience's desires to increase blog traffic while at the same time addressing their fears that they'll have to spend a lot of money and be tech savvy to do so. You then want to hook them until the end by teasing the fast action bonus you'll be offering to webinar attendees who make a purchase before the end of the webinar. Since the pitch for your products or services is at the end of the webinar, after the education part, you want your ideal audience to stay for as long as possible so that they watch the pitch and thus be more inclined to make a purchase. The next step is to command attention. You can do this by both being high energy during the webinar and by engaging with your audience so that they don't zone off and keep the focus on just your webinar. Some example questions you can ask are things like, have you ever? Do you want to? Have you tried to, but to no avail? Or even, do you wish you could? Again, you're addressing your ideal customers' fears and hesitations, as well as their desires and dreams, because in the end, your product or service will be the solution. When qualifying yourself, you'll tell your story or your journey as it relates to the webinar's content. You don't want to share where you grew up or where you went to school. Instead, you want to include relevant details that make you relatable and that resonate with the content you'll be teaching during this webinar. Basically, you want to share where you started out and what your struggles were, which is where your audience is currently at, and what you started doing to get results, and where you are now, both in tangible and in intangible terms. In this future pace section, you will tell your audience what they will learn and what they can achieve after watching this webinar by explaining the ultimate benefit your ideal audience will experience. After this introduction section, it's time to start the education part of your webinar as it relates to the one big question. The one big question is the bold promise you made at the very start. In my case, how to increase your blog's traffic by 350% in less than 6 months with mostly free tools. To deliver this content, you'll go over 3 secrets that break and rebuild your audience's belief patterns. Let's go over an example. For my webinar on increasing blog traffic, these 3 secrets are how to get your visitors to write your blog posts for you, and why blogging every day to grow your traffic is a waste of your time,
why you don't need a huge following on social media and a big email list to boost your traffic and make sales right away, and how to ensure you're getting the right kind of traffic to your blog to skyrocket your leads, sales, and freedom. During the webinar, I shatter my ideal audience's beliefs that increasing blog traffic is time-consuming, difficult, expensive, and can only be done if you have an existing audience, to ultimately prove that it is in fact possible to increase your blog's traffic by 350% in less than 6 months with mostly free tools. After you've broken and rebuilt your ideal audience's belief patterns, you get into the transition phase. In this transition phase, you'll recap what your ideal audience learned, which are the 3 secrets, recap why they attended this webinar, addressing your ideal audience's fears and hesitations, and show them that it is in fact possible to achieve their desires and dreams with a proven step-by-step system, which is your product or service. This gets us to the stack and close phase, which is how you'll be delivering your pitch. The purpose of this phase is to keep your audience engaged during the pitch and not focused on your product or service's price, or just simply signing off by showing them everything they're getting one step or one stack at a time. You do this by including testimonials or case studies, showing them what they will get and what they will achieve, what bonuses are included, in addition to the fast action bonus you promised them at the very beginning of the webinar, the total value of everything they're getting, how much it would cost them to do the same thing with someone else, all leading up to how much they'll be investing today, which should be a much lower price compared to everything else. By this point, your viewers should be jumping off the walls and eager to buy your product or services because you focused on its benefits instead of the price. You then finish things off by doing a walkthrough of the checkout process to show your visitors how fast, simple, and secure it is to check out, address any additional fears or hesitations, and on the very last slide, include as many of these as possible. A countdown timer, arrows pointing below to enroll now buttons, an image of the fast action bonus, 2 testimonials, your course logo or mock-up, as well as an image of you. This is your last hurrah to show your viewers why purchasing your product or service right now is the best decision they can make. My next video is on how to make a webinar in PowerPoint, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when that goes live.
Now you know why Russell Brunson's perfect webinar script is really worth it, and how to use his perfect webinar script template to convert your audience successfully. As promised, to take your webinar efforts to the next level, to boost your webinar sign-up rate, increase the number of people who show up live, and skyrocket your sales, make sure to get my webinar sales funnel template by clicking on the link in the description box below. So, what surprised you the most about the perfect webinar script template? I'd love to hear your answer and start a conversation in the comments below. And remember to click on the link in the description box below to get your webinar sales funnel template. If you're new around here, hi, I'm Marina Lotai from Yes to Tech, and I'd love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed and want to be notified every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, just click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll be notified every single time I post. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are, and I'll see you in my next video.